Hey everybody, it's Joe from Britical Saiyans here, and today I'm going to be showing you an updated Dr.Myuu. Dragged this out of retirement because we got a couple new cards for it, so why not, hey? So to start with, Dr.Myuu on his unawakened side is active main once per turn, can choose a machine mutant battle card from your hand with 5k or less power and play it. So that's himself and another one, and well, there's a couple of, but his awaken is on 4 unless you draw 2. And on this side, its X-Men is similar, only now it's 10k or less. And auto of attack, draw a card. So, not much to say. It's back in the time where leaders were fairly unimpressive. Let's face it. So, starting with the extra cards, we've got 2 copies of After Image. So, gone through this a few times, but oh well. It's counter attack. If your leader is red, choose one of your cards that gains 40k power for the duration of battle. Then choose up one of your opponent's battle cards that gets minus 10 for the duration of turn. And its permanent is Sparking 5. You can pay 1 life to activate it instead of using an energy. So it's just in there to weaken the opponent because, like, it's machine mutants. That's what they do. It's not baby level, so. And there's 3 copies of our actual negate. Is that all you've got? So it's counter attack. If the leader is red, you negate the attack. Then you can dump a red card from your hand. If you do, you choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, so you lose 15k power for the duration of the turn. Usually it just kills something though, if you're smart about it. We have 3 copies of one of our new cards, which is Mutant Genesis. So this is an active battle. If your lead card is a Dr.Myuu card, so obviously it is, don't know why you put it in a different deck, it gains 15,000 power for the duration of battle. Then you choose up to 1 machine mutant from your hand from range costs 2 or less and play it. So alongside Myuu's ability, it's another way to play out a machine mutant. And it's quite handy because it gives Dr.Myuu a hefty boost on the attack or defense as well, so makes it even more lovely. And finally, in the extra cards, we've got 4 copies of Planet M2, which is quite vital to this deck compared to Baby, so I have to run it at 4. Its field has the auto of when it's placed in your battle area. If your leader is Dr.Myuu, you draw a card. So that's a big difference between it and Baby. Like Myuu and Baby being played, you can draw from this. And it has the active battle of switch the card into rest mode. If it's your turn, choose one of your opponent's leader or battle cards, and it loses 5k power for the duration of battle. So it's just a nice way to force some pressure on the opponent. And if they powered up their leader, you can just even it out a little. So, move on to the battle cards now. And starting with our 1-drops, we've got 4 copies of Dr.Myuu under Baby's control. So, this is our 1-drop search card. Has the auto of when you play this card, you look at top 3, choose up to 1 machine mutant or a card that includes Baby in its name to your hand, then shuffle the deck. This deck is just chocked with machine mutants. There's actually no battle cards that aren't machine mutants, so you just search anything in the deck that isn't an extra card, and that's your hand. It's pretty nice. And of course you've got Dr.Myuu's ability to play out 1, so you could get 2 or 3 a turn depending on how many you have in hand, and your energy of course. So next on 1-drops, and I'm just going to kind of go through these guys together because they're like a big package. So we've got 3 copies of Nat, and I'm going to explain him alongside his companions, which we've got 3 copies of Bizu. Try and keep them in focus here. 3 copies of Ribbit, and 3 copies of Nezzy. So, these guys are very similar. They all have the auto of when you play this card, if your leader is Dr. Myuu, you choose up to one of each other from your deck, add to your hand and shuffle. So, Nat searched out Bizu, Bizu searched out Ribbit, Ribbit searched out Nezzy, and Nezzy searched out Nat. Nezzy also lets you use them to go into it lets you use Bizu and Ribbit to go into Super Sigma, but I don't run that in this deck. I only run 3 of each as well. I know you need them for the Rildos, but one Rildo takes it from drop, the other takes it from hand and field, so it's not difficult, plus any more, and you can't really put other things in the deck. 3 is a good number, you only tend to use 2. Your third one you can just combo or put in the energy. As long as you can do the one from hand and field into the one from drop, you're set. So, and that's why I just want to explain them together, because they all basically used for the same thing of searching each other out and then going into a Rildo. Obviously, Ribbit and Bizu are 2 drops, and Nezzy is a 3 drop. Woo. So going into the other 2 drops, we got 3 copies of Dependable Gear. I will now get back into Zoom. Yeah, we got 3 copies of Dependable Giru. So he's our blocker for the deck, and he has the permit of if your battle area or leader area is panned, you can play him free. But we got dr.myuu, so we can play him for free anyway. And that's all he's in for. It's just a free blocker on Dr. MyUu's ability, and because he's machine mutant, he's searchable. So. And you could drop these for more of the like Ribbit, Nuts and all that, but it's good to have the blocker. And of course our 4 super combos are Handy Giru. So this is 4 less life if your leader's red, draw a card, gains 10k combo power. Like I said, it's machine mutant, so it's searchable. And it's just the only reason why you'd run it, really. You could run something like Sparking or like, I think it's Goten or Bulma, but it's a machine mutant deck, you may as well use this one. So now going into the rest of our cards, which are just Rildos of different energy costs. So starting with the 3 drop, we have 4 copies of Hidden Ability General Rildo. So he's got 15k power, and he's got the Union Absorb of choose 1 each of Nezzy, Nat, Bizu and Ribbit from your drop, place them under this card, choose 1 General Rildo with 25k power from your deck and place it on top of this card, then shuffle your deck. So this guy gets them all from drop, which is handy because it means you can combo them and use them for another Rildo, who I will bring up next. So starting into our 5 drops, we've got 4 copies of General Rildo, Leader of Planet M2. So this is our new card from the Anniversary Collection, and he's got the active main of you pay 1 red, you choose 1 Nat, Bizu and Ribbit from your hand or battle area and place them in their owner's drop to play this card from your hand. So again, that's why we run 3 of the guys, because they search each other out and it means you can get them quicker. And his auto is when you play this card, if your leader is a machine mutant, choose up to 1 planet M2 from your deck, activate it, then shuffle your deck. So you just play it M2 from your deck basically. That's what it means. So if you can use any M2s you got on field out already to then bring this out. But of course, because of his ability saying you can play him from hand by sending the others, what you do is you get like Nat, Ribbit and Bizu. Yeah, Nat, Ribbit and Bizu you use them in your hand and field. You bring this guy out. If you've got a Nezi in your drop at the same time, you then pay your 3, bring this out at the same turn, do his ability, and you've got, like, you could have 2 of this guy, or you could go into this guy, who I'll now explain. And again, he has a 4 of, and it's the 5-drop General Rildo Hyper Meta General Evolves Hyper Meta Rildo. There. Because you see General and you think Rildo immediately in this deck. So it's 25k double striker, and he has 2 autos. So his first one is, when you play this card, choose all of your opponent's battle cards and they lose 10,000 power for the duration of turn. And the secondary auto is, when this attacks, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with 10,000 or less power and KO it. So obviously the first ability is supposed to help you lead into the second one, because you're like, oh, I'll reduce it to 10, then kill it. But this is a guy you'd play off his ability primarily. So you'd use him, Union Absorb, go into this, do his on place, swing with him. And yeah, you can just do a double Rildo setup, which is nice. And finally, the last card on our deck is 3 copies of our 7-drop Meta Rildo Form Perfected. So this has an EX evolve of 1 red by dumping a card onto, and you place it on top of a 5-cost Rildo, which is 2, and they're easy to set up thanks to this guy helping us combo 2 out in 1 turn. It has double strike, and it's kind of the reason we need 4 M2s in the deck. So its action means once per turn, you place 1 planet M2 from your hand or battle area into the drop. You draw 2 cards. Then choose your opponent's leader card that loses 5k power for the duration of turn. Then afterwards you choose all of your opponent's battle cards and lose 10,000 power for the duration of turn. So again, it's a way to kill off cards, weaken their leader. If not, you just weaken like their board. And because he eats up planet M2s, you need to kind of have them out on the ready or in your hand. Again, if you can use them up before you use the skill, it's a good idea. If you have one on the board, just be like, oh yeah, use it in this attack, then I'll use Rildo's effect, play another one out, yada yada yada. And this is a lot easier to play on the board because we have 2 5-drops that can be played in 2 different ways. And like I said, there's a combo piece on playing 2 5-drop Rildos in 1 turn. So that all being said and done, that is the updated Dr.myuu deck profile. As always, leave thoughts in the comments and say what you think and what you do and what you wouldn't do with this deck. It's kind of annoying, and I feel like one thing that's going to be a bit controversial is how many of these Mega Can Sigma bits I run, but it's a pretty difficult thing to do, like spacing it all out and all the Rildos. So, but as always, thank you for watching and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.